Hey, this is Bob Veach. You normally see me here with my meatballs and markets, but today I have a very special guest I'd like to introduce to you. Jerry Tuscano, broker manager, Century 21 Real Estate, Parsippany, New Jersey. Jerry, glad to see you in the studio today.
Thanks for having me, Bob.
Jerry, tell me a little bit about yourself, how you got into the business, what fascinates you about real estate?
Well, originally, I actually was a retail manager. Tried to stay away from real estate. I'm actually second generation. Mom's been in the business for about 30 years. So one day she says, I bought an office. Why don't you come work for me? I happened to be in June of 2008.
Perfect time to get into real estate business.
Perfect time to get into the real estate business. Since then, though, here strong and been enjoying it ever since.
As a second-generation realtor, I myself am a second-generation mortgage banker. You have a special badge that you wear because your family's been involved in it. The community knows your family's involved in it. Why don't you tell me one of the transactions that you won over because of your unique skill set that wouldn't have closed if it wasn't for you?
Great question. So one of the things that's great about working with what I'll call a seasoned agent in the business is that it gets a good mix of old school and a little bit of new school. So technology-wise, I'm probably the more technology person of the team, and the broker/owner is more of the old school. But what's great about it is the way things were done 20 years ago is way different than it was now. So one of the things that helped us close a transaction that was pretty good was that she also worked in title and in mortgage. And we had situations that came up with deed restrictions. And because of the fact that she worked in the title industry a little bit and she understood it, and she was actually able to help guide the attorney and the client and the listing agent and everything else to help get the transaction closed. So that's probably one of the best ways of mixing the team together.
Deed restrictions are very difficult to get around. I know certain lending criteria prohibit deed restrictions, except for like 55 and over communities. It's very difficult. And that's a win on Jerry's column. Jerry also happens to be in a very unique position. He is president of the NCJAR, that's the North Central Jersey Association of Realtors, membership of approximately 18,000, one of the largest boards in the state of New Jersey. Jerry, tell me how you got involved in the real estate board and your ascension to the presidency.
Great. Well, one of the things that I learned very quickly being in the industry was I wanted to give back. So in the beginning, when I first started in real estate, I didn't know anything coming from a retail background. So one of the things I concentrated on was getting educated. And as I got more and more educated, I started going to events as well. And I got to meet some of the great leaders at that time, the trustees at the board. And I thought, that would be a great way to give back, great way to get educated and learn more about the industry in a whole. So I volunteered to step up and become a trustee at the board. And 11 years later, putting my due time in, hard work, working along with the other trustees with NAR, New Jersey Realtors, I was actually able to step up and be president this year.
When you talk about giving back, I know it's hard to quantify, but approximately how much of your time do you spend on real estate business versus how much of your time do you spend on board business in your year of presidency?
Well, I actually haven't broken it down, but I'm a full-time agent as well, so it's anywhere between 40 to 60 hours a week. There's no days off really, But as far as board's concerned, I give as much time as I possibly can. There's a lot of times where it's just a quiet week and we don't have a lot of things going on. Other times we have a lot of great networking events that are happening, conferences for NAR. I'm very active with New Jersey Realtors as well. So constantly being in the forefront of understanding the legislation that's coming down in the state of New Jersey, as well as things that are going to be happening nationally. So, I never actually measured the time, but it could be a full-time job if I wanted it to be.
I would say it's even more than that. And thank you very much for all you do. I've attended numerous seminars and numerous events that your team has sponsored, and they've all been, just one better than the next.
Thank you.
As far as your unique position because of your lobbying in Trenton and Washington on behalf of the association, do you see any threats from the large companies, the Zillows, the Googles, the Redfins, to enter into the real estate business in mass and put out the individual operators like yourselves?
Well, interesting enough, when I first started in '08, I think it was '08, '09, 10 areas, when Zillow actually came out. Zillow's actually very newer. We don't like to, talk negatively about any company. Zillow is now a broker, and they did try to get into the market a little bit. I think the unique thing about bigger companies, tech companies especially, is that they're not micro. One of the biggest benefits about working with a local realtor is that we understand the market. We understand the area. We understand the construction aspect that's going on.
So you guys are uber focused on your market. You know the listings when they come up. You know the price changes when they happen. You know the offers that get accepted. You know the agents on the other side of the deal. And that's the strength of the local agent.
Yeah, it's this major strength of local agent. And many of the agents are doing business in the areas that they call home. And that's, they're going to township meetings. They're involved with the local charities and everything else. So as a local realtor, you really understand the market, where bigger companies that are working outside the area cannot really penetrate that market because they don't understand it. Every market is different, totally different.
So on a high level, they may be involved, but on a local level, boots on the ground, such as yourself and your team, going to win out every time.
Every time.
Jerry, you have anything you'd like to say? How can people get in touch with you?
Well, if you're looking to talk to me about real estate issues, you can call my office or find me online very easily. As far as how you can be more involved with the association, or how you can get your real estate license, you can reach out to the board offices. We have 4 locations: Morristown, Bloomfield, Westfield, and Wayne, and they'll be happy to help you out and get in touch with me as well.
Jerry, I want to thank you very much for your time. And once again, Jerry Tuscano, C21 Elite, Parsippany, New Jersey. Thanks, Jerry.
Thank you, Bob.